Yeah, this is why the scriptures say every eye shall see him when he returns. Massive UFO bigger than the sun. Revelation 1:7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen.
When these top Edomites, they gotta be scared out their mind.
Massive has passed in front of the sun yesterday. Look at it. It is massive.
All right. So real quick, this is from the Brother Saints of Jersey 2. Go ahead and subscribe. Check this video out. All right. And see this little black dot? Okay. And they got this thing over it. That's supposed to be the sun. And then you see this massive UFO cover the whole sun. All right. So, hey, Carlo, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh, Bashim, Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, teach well. Coming at you with a lesson, right, on this massive UFO that's bigger than the sun. All right. And the brother was going into it. The sun can fit like a million Earths inside of it. That's how big the sun is. The sun is like a million times bigger than the Earth. Okay. Let me do it real quick. All right, let me play this video. All right.
Right here, man. You know, seeing this is quite scary. So whatever the elites are seeing, whatever the Lord is showing these top Edomites, they gotta be scared out their mind.
Massive has passed in front of the sun yesterday. Look at it. It is massive.
Look at that.
Something massive has passed in front of the sun yesterday.
And this is through space.
Look at it.
These are cameras.
Something massive has passed in front of the sun yesterday. Look at it. It is massive.
Remember? Matter of fact.
Sheesh. Massive UFO, man. And they're calling it the Father ship. All right, so now we know why the scriptures say every eye shall see him. This ship is massive that's coming back. If this thing is bigger than the sun, and the sun can fit a million Earths inside of the sun, bro, this ship is gonna be massive when it comes back. And that's why the scriptures also say, you grab it, Yahweh Shai said, men's hearts are gonna be failing them for fear. Man, this shit is gonna be trippy. All right, if you don't know what's going on, people gonna bug the hell out when they see this Father ship come. And these are more signs in the heavens. And the Lord is showing himself, man. He's visiting this earth. That is 100% true. The Lord is visiting this earth with these chariots, man. Luke 21:26. Men's hearts failing them for fear. I'm going to start at 25. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun. All right. You're having solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars. So you're going to have signs in heaven. One of those signs is these UFOs that are showing themselves a lot more, which we know that these UFOs are not green Martians, alien. They're not aliens. What they are, the angels of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the angels of the Holy Bible. And they fly in the UFOs, man. These chariots. All right. It says, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's heart failing them for fear. Yeah, when this chariot comes, when this Father ship, when Yahweh Shai comes back on this Father ship, bro, people are going to have heart attacks. All right. It's going to look, this thing is going to be so huge. It's going to look like there's going to be a planet. You're just going to look in the sky. You're going to think it's a whole planet. And the whole time it's a chariot. It's a so-called UFO. It's Yahweh Shai. We're going to get those scriptures to prove that. All right. It says, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And this cloud that is spoken of is a giant so-called UFO, man. And the one we just saw in this video, like I said, this right here, this black circle, okay, this is like the sun. All right. And then watch this massive UFO come into the frame.
He's a camera.
Something massive has passed in front of the sun
You saw that? That's a whole chariot.
yesterday. Look at it. It is massive.
Remember?
Woo. Hey, call the Lord Yahweh Bashimi Abashai, man. All right. Verse 20, Luke 21 and 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Yahweh Shai is going to be, inside of this fathership. All right. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Yep. And that's the salvation of Israel. The elect are going to be what? Caught up into the cloud. Okay. Let's grab that real quick. Revelation, it says a single cloud. Okay, which is the Father's ship. And this ship is so huge that the whole earth could fit inside of this chariot, man. So it's nothing for the Lord to deliver the elect. That's how beautiful salvation is going to be. The elect is going to be beamed up into the Father's ship, as the scriptures say, to meet the Lord in the air. Revelation 11 and 12, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto him, this is the last day. All right, this is the day that salvation takes place, that we're reading about right here. Revelation 11 and 12. This is the last day of Esau being empowered. This is the day that Yahweh Shai comes back. So the elect, right, are going to hear a great voice from heaven saying, come up hither. Quam Yasharallah, rise, Israel. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So the elect are going to ascend. They're going to be lifted up into a cloud, which is another keyword or buzzword for the chariots. And it says one single cloud. So there's going to be this giant fathership that Yahweh Shai coming back on. And it's going to be massive. Everybody's going to see it. Everybody on earth is going to see this shit, man. All right. It says in the same hour was there a great earthquake. And that's when the missiles are dropping. Those nuclear missiles are going to be getting shot off. All right. And then Yahweh Shai, he's going to come from the east to the west. All right. He's going to pop up over there in the east, destroy all those armies, and deliver whatever the elect is over there in the east. And then he's going to come to the west and deliver the elect in the west. The 144,000, okay, is going to be delivered along with the 1/3 and the believing Israelites that are of the elect. Right? But it says in the same hour was there a great earthquake. So this destruction is going to happen simultaneously as the elect are getting beamed up. Salvation is going to be taking place. All right. World War III is going to pop off. The nuclear missile is going to come. Okay. All out nuclear war. And then this fathership is going to show up, destroy all the host of the Edomite armies and the armies of the world. And it's going to beam up. It's going to, gather the elect. And the elect are going to be, watching this destruction from the chariot, from a bird's eye view. All right. And when I saw this, I was getting hyped. I was like, damn, bro, hey, man, that fathership ain't no joke, man. And that's why Ezra's described what he described. He said it's like a mountain. All right. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's World War III. And the salvation that's coming is the elect are going to be taken up into a giant so-called UFO. That's what it means you are saved. That's when we can say, okay, we're saved. We've been saved. You know, being delivered from impending doom. That's when we can say we're saved. All right. We know the scripture, he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right. And if we're the elect, Lord willing, we be the elect, we're going to meet the Father. We're going to meet Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We're going to meet Yahweh Shai in this giant ship, man. This UFO, man. Massive UFO, man. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 5. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. And this is happening right now. The men of the Lord standing up on the highways and hedges, prophesying, preaching boldly. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. When they see it, when they see what? The salvation. When they see the ship, this massive UFO, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, the people of the earth that don't know what's going on, that don't know the truth, they're not ready for this salvation that's about to happen. They're not ready for this destruction, and they're not ready to see Jake get beamed up into UFOs, man. All right? People are going to be amazed. You know? You got to picture that day, man. The last day. The final day before, you know, this shit really all comes to power. The prophecies come to pass. You know? You're going to have the nuclear sirens going off. Notifications that nuclear missiles are coming from Russia, from China, from Iran. You know, you got 15 minutes, say goodbye to your family. And then at the last second, Yahweh Shai gonna come and deliver the elect. This is exactly, we have it in the scriptures what's gonna happen, man. All right? The Lord is gonna deliver his elect. The scriptures say as birds flying. These are all references to the chariots, the UFOs. This is Isaiah 31:5. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. Yeah, the new Passover. All right? When the elect are going to be gathered into this giant UFO, and the elect are going to be gathered from all four corners of the earth. That goes to show you that this ship has to be massive. All right? This ship has to be massive. All right? So we're getting some beautiful times. Let's go to 2 Ezra 13. I'll play this video real quick again. Play a little bit. Back.
Massive has passed in front of the... Look at it. It is massive.
Look at that.
Something massive has passed in front of the sun yesterday.
And this is through space.
Look at it.
These are cameras.
Something massive has passed in front of the sun yesterday. Look at it. It is massive.
Remember, matter of fact,
massive UFO, man. So we in some very, very beautiful times. Let's get this. 2 Ezra 13. 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. All right, so this is the prophet Ezra. He's having a vision or a dream, and he's going to describe this fathership, this UFO. It says, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. Now, this sea is talking about the waters above. Because Yahweh Shai, he's going to, he's going to come from space, so to say. All right? You're going to see a giant fucking spaceship UFO come into this realm. Okay? It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. So you're going to have the fathership. It's going to be massive. Everybody going to see it. And then you're also going to have other chariots, smaller chariots, flying around, zapping Edomites, zapping Jake. You know, thousands, could possibly even be millions of UFOs that's about to come and help in this destruction. Because remember, the chariots are going to take part in the destruction as well. They're going to shoot concentrated fire, lasers, so to say. 2 Ezra 13 and 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, the angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So everybody's gonna tremble, gonna be in fear when they see this. Even some of the elect are gonna be frightened. All right, but we're gonna have the comfort to know, okay, that's it's gotta be Yahweh Shai. You know, you're gonna have to question it. Well, what is? No, you gonna know when you see this giant ship, something in the sky, taking up the whole. I mean, it could be a bright day. It could be 2 p.m. and out of nowhere, everything just goes dark, and you look up and you see this spaceship, bro. Yeah, you gonna know. Hey, that's Yahweh Shai. All right. 2 Ezra 13. It says in 2 Ezra 13 and 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. And that's going into this the technology and the weapon of this father ship, this laser that's going to come out of this ship. It says, verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So all these nations, China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, they're going to be fighting World War III, fighting each other. And then you're going to have this spaceship come. And everybody's going to stop fighting each other, and they're going to point the finger at Yahushua. We got to get that. All right? So they're going to try to subdue Yahushua. And that goes into the prophecy. There was war in heaven. The war in heaven is when these UFOs, this fathership, and Esau's military and the militaries of the earth go at it. They're going to fight in the heavens, in the upper atmosphere. All right? It's going to be, it's going to be crazy. All right, you got to envision this stuff, man. This is actually going to happen. It's going to be a real day on earth. We're reading prophecy, man. All right, 2 Ezra 13. All right. Verse 6, it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and he flew upon it. So that's what Ezra is. This mountain is this fathership. And Yahweh Shai is going to be inside this fathership, man. It says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. So that's how big this ship is, that it was like a mountain. That's how Ezra described it, the prophet. He said it looked like a mountain. But this mountain, you couldn't even see the end of it. You didn't even see where it ends. So you're not going to even be able to see the end of the chariot. It's just going to take up the whole, everything around you. It's just going to be, everywhere you look up, it's a chariot. Okay? That's how big this ship is, man. I want to see this. 2 Ezra 13. Let's see what it says in the GNT. Verse 7, it says, I tried to see the place or the region from which the mountain was carved, but I couldn't. So this ship, you can't even see the end of it. All right? You can't even see the end of it. Verse 8 in the GNT, it says, then I saw that all the people who had come together to make war against him were terrified, but they still prepared to fight him. So everybody's going to be terrified when this ship break into the atmosphere. All right? They're going to be terrified, but they're still going to prepare to fight, because the Most High is a man of war, so he's going to put it in their spirit to fight. And boy, Esau is in trouble, bro. Esau, you in big trouble, though. Ain't nothing you can do against this. All right? It says, when the man saw the great crowd advancing to attack him. So when Yahushua saw the great crowd, when Yahushua watches the armies come and try to get him while he's in the fathership, when the man saw the great crowd advancing to attack him, he did not take up any weapons. The only thing I saw was what looked like a stream of fire coming out of his mouth. That's the laser that's going to come out of this ship, the fathership. It says he sent a flaming wind from his lips and a storm of sparks from his tongue. The stream of fire, the flaming wind, and the great storm combined and swept down on the crowd that was coming to attack him and burned them all up in a single moment, that the crowd, too large to count, vanished, and there was nothing left but powdery ashes and smell of smoke. So that's a serious power that Yahushua is coming back with in his fathership. Okay, an innumerable it's going to be hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of soldiers. In a snap of a finger, they all going to be turned to dust because of this laser that's going to come out of this UFO, man. All right, so Yahushua is coming back, more signs in the heaven, massive UFO bigger than the sun, man. So it's nothing for the Lord to deliver the elect. All right. So with that, call Lo Yahweh Shem Shai. Next time, shalom.